Monster of Florence. Between 1968 and 1985, the beautiful region of Tuscany, Italy was shaken by a series of brutal double murders that left the local population terrified and the police baffled. These deaths, attributed to a serial killer known as the Monster of Florence, remain unsolved to this day, becoming one of the most famous criminal mysteries in Italy. But let's start from the beginning. On August 21, 1968, in Lastra a Signa, near Florence, Barbara Lacci and Antonio Lo Bianco were murdered while in a car. Lacci's 6-year-old son, Natalino, was found in a nearby house, saying that the Italian uncle had taken him there. This would be the first in a series of double murders that would terrorize the region for almost 2 decades. The killer's modus operandi was distinctive and chilling. He attacked couples in parked cars in isolated areas, usually on weekends. The victims were killed with the same gun, a .22 caliber Beretta. But the most disturbing aspect was that the killer mutilated the bodies of the female victims, taking parts as trophies. The Italian police found themselves facing an unprecedented case. As the murders continued, frustration and fear grew. Between 1974 and 1981, there were 6 more double murders, all following the same macabre pattern. The press began to refer to the killer as Il Mostro di Firenze, the Monster of Florence. But who was this monster? Theories abounded. Some believed it was a lone killer with deep misogyny and psychological problems. Others pointed to a broader conspiracy, including satanic cults or corrupt power groups. In 1982, the investigation took an unexpected turn. A man named Enzo Spalletti was arrested after his wife reported him for suspicious behavior. However, while Spalletti was in custody, another double murder occurred, exonerating him. The investigation continued, and in 1984, the police arrested another suspect, Mario Vanni. But once again, the murders continued. The frustration of the police and the public reached new levels. In 1985, investigators focused on a new suspect, Pietro Pacciani, a farmer with a history of violence. Pacciani was arrested in 1993 and convicted in 1994 for the murders. However, his conviction was overturned on appeal in 1996 due to lack of conclusive evidence. After Pacciani's release, the investigation took a new direction. It was proposed that the murders had been committed by a group of people, not by a single individual. 2 friends of Pacciani, Mario Vanni and Giancarlo Lotti, were accused of being his accomplices. Lotti confessed to his involvement and that of the other 2 men in the murders. However, even with these confessions, many aspects of the case remained unresolved. Doubts persisted about whether Pacciani, Vanni, and Lotti were really guilty of all the murders, or if they had just been scapegoats in a case that the police were desperate to close. Over the years, numerous alternative theories have emerged. Some suggest the involvement of a satanic cult. Others point to a conspiracy involving figures from Florence's high society. Journalist Mario Spizzi and writer Douglas Preston even proposed that the real killer could have been a pharmacist doctor named Francesco Calamandrei, although this theory was never proven. To this day, the case of the Monster of Florence remains inconclusive. It has inspired numerous books, films, and documentaries, and continues to fascinate researchers and true crime enthusiasts around the world. And so we come to the end of this disturbing tale. The Monster of Florence remains one of Italy's most intriguing criminal mysteries, a case that combines horror, intrigue, and controversy in equal parts. Who was the Monster of Florence really? A lone killer? A group of people? Or something even more sinister? Perhaps we'll never know for sure. What we do know is that this case continues to captivate our imagination and challenge our understanding decades later.